Hey y'all, it's John Trent from Bounty on Comics, and I've got to talk about Ewan McGregor's most recent comments surrounding the upcoming Birds of Prey film. It's like all the marketing for Birds of Prey has led up to this. The leaked teaser clip, the initial poster reveal, the first trailer, it was all leading to what we expected. It was leading to Wokenobi! Before we go any further, I wanted to ask you to please hit that subscribe button and smash the bell to get notifications. Tell your friends about us too. We depend on y'all so we can keep making videos just like this one. So let's get back to Wokenobi here. Ewan McGregor did an interview with French site Premiere where he revealed the film is a feminist film. McGregor told the website, what interested me with Birds of Prey is that it's a feminist film, end quote. So now you might be thinking feminism, what's wrong with that? Doesn't that mean just women being treated equally under the law? Well, that's what it used to mean. However, in modern vernacular, and especially when it's coming from anyone involved in Hollywood, it has a very different meaning. And it's illustrated in this Washington Post op-ed titled, quote, "Why Can't We Hate Men?" from Susanna Danuta Walters, a women's studies professor at Northeastern University. Here's how she concludes her article, which gives you a gist of what feminism means when it's coming from any type of celebrity or Hollywood executive or Hollywood elite. This is what she says, quote, "Lean out so we can actually just stand up without being beaten down. Pledge to vote for feminist women only. Don't run for office. Don't be in charge of anything. Step away from the power. We got this. And please know that your crocodile tears won't be wiped away by us anymore. We have every right to hate you. You have done us wrong. Hashtag because patriarchy. It is long past time to play hard for team feminism and win." So I want to read that again, just so it can sink in. Lean out so we can actually just stand up without being beaten down. Pledge to vote for feminist women only. Don't run for office. Don't be in charge of anything. Step away from the power. We got this. And please know that your crocodile tears won't be wiped away by us anymore. We have every right to hate you. You have done us wrong. Hashtag because patriarchy. It is long past time to play hard for team feminism and win. Get out of the way. We hate you. That's what McGregor is talking about when he's saying the film is feminist. It's not about having men be equal to women under the law. It's get out of the way, men. We hate you and we're coming for you. And to make this perfectly clear, McGregor actually elaborates on why he describes the film as a, quote, feminist film. This is what he says, quote, "It is very finely written. There is in the script a real look at misogyny, and I think we need that. We need to be more aware of how we behave with the opposite sex. We need to be taught to change." We need to be taught to change. Sounds similar, doesn't it? Why do we need to be taught to change? Because men apparently have done women wrong for millennia. Well, at least in the mind of this Northeastern University professor. I have a feeling my wife disagrees, and so do plenty of women. But nevertheless, Hollywood has embraced nut jobs like this and are specifically writing films to promote these types of toxic ideas. McGregor makes that clear when he says, quote, "It is very finely written. There is in the script a real look on misogyny," end quote. Now, you might be thinking nothing wrong with condemning misogyny. No one wants to be around folks who specifically hate women just for being women, right? Well, that's not misogyny in McGregor's mind. Here's how he explains it, and he starts off on the right foot. Quote, "Misogynists in movies are often extreme. They rape, they beat women, and it is legitimate to represent people like that because they exist and they're obviously the worst. Those people are scum." So that's what he said, end quote. "Those people are scum. Criminals should be locked up. They should be viewed as villains and the absolute worst because they are." McGregor's right there. There's nothing wrong with showing those people doing horrible things and showing them as what they are, doing horrible things. But he doesn't stop there. He says, quote, "But in the Birds of Prey dialogue, there's always an allusion to everyday misogyny, to those things you say as a man you do not even realize, to mansplaining. It's in the script in a very subtle way. I found that brilliant. End quote. That's right. Birds of Prey is about mansplaining. It's about men explaining or having an opinion on whatever it is they happen to be talking about. Whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. Whatever they're talking about, they could be talking either to a woman, or about women. And the woman or women take offense to the explanation or opinion simply because it's coming from a man, even if it's a factual statement. Mansplaining is a term used by certain women to attack men. And that's right, I just mansplained what mansplaining is. But what's also really interesting about this is the timing of the interview. It's suspect because it comes so soon after that Birds of Prey trailer. And what happened after that Birds of Prey trailer? It was getting roundly criticized in comic book and geek circles for its lack of connectivity to the actual DC Comics source material and its sole focus on Harley Quinn instead of the other Birds of Prey characters. Not to mention there's the absolute horrid costume designs. It's very reminiscent of what we saw with Ghostbusters following fan reactions to that first trailer. Director Paul Feig attacked Ghostbusters fans, criticizing the trailer and inferring that those who had been criticizing the trailer were misogynists, saying, quote, "I have been hit with some of the worst misogynistic stuff," end quote. Feig's attack on the fans was the downfall of that movie. The film only grossed $229 million worldwide, and it had an estimated $144 million budget. It was a complete loser and a stinker, and it failed. It was a failure on multiple fronts. It was a failure on a cultural front, it was a failure on a commercial front, and it was a failure with this horrible attack your fans strategy. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop people from repeating it, as we're seeing with Birds of Prey, and it was also repeated with frickin' Disney and Star Wars. Star Wars attempted a similar strategy following the release of The Last Jedi, with Rian Johnson taking the lead, attacking fans, calling them, quote, man babies. They would also team up with the Access Media to try and find any way to attack the fans who did not like the film. You saw everything from Russian bots to misogynists to racists. Anything that they could think of to demonize people who didn't like the Star Wars The Last Jedi, they did. What happened? The next Star Wars film bombed at the box office. Solo, a Star Wars story, absolutely tanked, and Disney admitted it in their Q3 report. It took them over a year to admit it, but they finally did. What did we also find out in that Q3 report following all the horrid, rancid, toxic stuff that was been spewing out of Disney and Lucasfilm? Their Star Wars merchandise sales are declining, and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is a ghost town with attendance down. And that's all that Disney has admitted all of that. So it might actually even be worse, because you know they want to try and keep a tight lip on what all the horrible stuff that's actually happening. And they also canceled that Star Wars Resistance show after season 2. Yeah, it's not looking good. The strategy didn't work for Star Wars either. And it seems Birds of Prey is already following the path to failure, because that's what this is. This is a path to failure. Attacking your fans, trying to put out some message that that you need to like attack men who somehow might like Birds of Prey, and already saying that your film is about like addressing misogyny. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and it's a path to failure, and we've seen it time and time again, and it's what's going to happen if they keep embracing this absolute garbage, disgusting thoughts. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding into Comics. I'll see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe, hit that like, and get that bell for notifications. We really do appreciate y'all doing this and watching our videos and spreading them around. Thank you very much. See you next time.